So the next step in this whole process in helping an athlete develop was you had stability, and we went over that last episode, and now we have strength and power that is left over. Like, what kind of exercises or what could a person do to help develop their strength, and how important is strength to the process of becoming a world-class athlete or a better athlete than what they are?
Strength is the importance of strength is real simple. It's a pass fail. It's like either you have it so you can do it, or you don't so you can't. It's just that simple. If you're not strong enough to do what you're trying to do, or to get better, or to get faster, or to jump higher, or whatever you're trying to do, it's not going to be ready to able to do it because your body won't be able to control itself. Your joints won't be able to stabilize. So your knee will feel funny, your hips will feel funny, your shoulder. Some part of your body will be giving out because you won't have the stability of the muscles holding you in place in the postural alignment. Therefore, you won't be able to get to power. So strength is very important. And a lot of
How
time,
long?
you know, not addressed
Yeah,
properly.
yeah. How long does it take to develop like true strength? Because sometimes people like jump into they go to the gym, they do a couple of lifts, they go and they think they're like, all right, I'm good. But I found, me personally, it took me like over a year to get my body to the point to where I could even support sprinting.
Right. Well, I mean, it doesn't, it's really tricky because the thing is, it depends on how you approach your strength. Some people
Mhm.
approach strength like I jump on the bench and I'm going to rep out and do what I can do. Other people go in and say, I want to be able to do push-ups. Other people just do 1 rep max workout. Some people do 20 rep maxes. So one of the things I think is very important is to focus on the actual control of your body first, right? So
Mhm.
the exercise I would like to key in on for this program is going to be a lunge, right?
Mm.
A lunge will show you exactly how strong your body is, and everything in the lunge is everything you need to take with you when you're running or sprinting or jogging. Any movement of forward, you need to have that strength because of a lunge.
Yeah. And that builds on top of the stability piece, because I try to do lunges and I I suck because just try to get that balance. And
Right.
it took me a while to learn how to like get out, like plant, get that balance, hold that balance, be strong enough to even balance and get into that like that dip of the lunge.
Yep.
Like, so what's a good lunge workout for like beginners to start with? Like what would that look like if someone were to start today?
All right. So first and foremost, a lunge is great for everybody or every fitness level. So it can be as little as you're stepping forward to a pulse, all the way to you're lunging forward, you're lunging backwards, you're lunging laterally, you're lunging at an angle, you're doing a curtsy lunge. You can be on a jump lunge. So there's always all different types of ways to be doing lunges. But the
Yeah.
best way is to think about your legs and having the spacing when you start the way your fingers do, right? So if you were to put your fingers down on the table in front of you and walk, if you notice where your legs are going to go, they're going to go in a straight line, but they're never going to pull away from each other or cross towards each other,
Hmm.
right? Your fingers have that natural spacing. So you want to try to get that in your legs. So a lot of times we lunge, we kind of lunge like on a tightrope. We're stepping to a center point on both sides of our body. So that throws our lunge off. You should be stepping straight forward. So start first with your feet shoulder width apart, everything
Yeah.
squared up, and then step out as far as you can with your heel on the ground comfortably. From there, your back foot. So if you step forward with your left foot, your right foot should be facing, your right knee should be facing your left heel.
Hmm.
Then from there, you push your hip forward and allow your knee to go forward. Once that has gone forward as far as you can comfortably, then you lower your body down and then come straight back up. And then you step back. So that's how you will lunge, right? So now we would step forward for our right leg, balance ourselves first, right? Our left knee will turn towards the right heel. Then we'll stroke our hips forward, lower our bodies down, stand back up, and then step back. And that'll put you into a perfect lunge. And you do that into whatever percentage your body can actually handle. So some people will get to the point where you can sit down on your heel almost in the front of your lunge. Your knee will be beyond your toes. That'll be the full range of motion. It can even be get 90 degrees in the front, 90 degrees in the back, or
Hmm.
even just stepping forward, all right? Just stepping and pulsing and increasing the muscle work there and just pulsing up and down. because depending on what you may have gone through, you might be injured, you might be new to exercise or whatever. It all works, but you want to build through each range of motion.
Yeah. That posting one burns. All right, so give us a rep range. So how many reps and sets?
All right, so I normally tell people to start with 5. So just alternating, do 5 for each side, 5 by 5. Start with it and do that 3 sets and see if you can get to a point where you can actually stabilize yourself. Thinking about your chest is up, your shoulders back, your pelvis is forward, and you're stepping out into the lunge. And you're pulling back from the lunge. And you're stepping out and dropping down, pulling back. Stepping out, dropping down, coming up, pulling back. Stepping out, dropping down, and you're playing it in your mind. And then see what you feel like when you get a good feel for it, just to go through the motions and then go from there. But I normally tell people 5 per side, alternating. So that's going to be 10 reps, 3 sets. That'll be really good to get you going.
One thing that I love to do is if you can get to a field or a soft surface, like take your shoes off to help get that contact point, and you feel and work on those stabilizer muscles in your feet and your ankles, because our shoes kind of like stop us from feeling and getting us. It kind of forces into some bad angles sometimes. So like try to get those shoes off if you can, and just like feel your contact points and feel the ground and the ball of your feet and everything like that.
Definitely. Because a big way to gain your strength and stability is to make sure that you're focused and intentional with your muscle contractions. So squeeze your quads. Squeeze your hamstring, your glute, tighten up your calf, grab the ground with your feet, really feel the muscles engaged as you're doing the motions to make them work intentionally. Because when you're getting to sprinting, your muscles are going to have to move intentionally. That's what's going to propel you forward. So any type of running motion, you're going to want your muscles to strike the ground, not passively fall onto the ground. And then you have to try to make them pull them back up and they fall on the ground. You need to strike. So if you train your body all the way through all that you do the same way, your body will learn it that way. The strength can be broken down into stabilization strength. So you might be doing slow reps, maybe going on a chest press, for instance, you might be pushing out at a 4 count, pause for a second and come back at a 2 and repeat from there. So that's stabilization strength. So that's really getting the joints and the muscle used to holding it. It's also can go in a bit into endurance by doing a nice heavy weight, but you may be doing about 12 to 20 reps. That might be strengthening you there. It could be max strength. So you're going for 1 to 3 reps. So it could be things like that. It just depends on where you are in that continuum as well. So each cycle has a little continuum. And if you go through all the different steps, you build a complete athlete.